If you suffer from depression, whether you're a retro fan or not, this video is for you, and I hope it helps you. The video isn't scripted. There's no sponsorship. There's no shout outs. This is a video that was prompted by a recent comment on one of my videos. And as a result of that, I wanted to share with you some of my experiences so that hopefully it can help you. One of the problems, one of the problems of being a guy typically is we're not very good at communicating our feelings. And that unfortunately is to our detriment, which is why male suicide tends to be at a significantly higher rate. I don't want to dwell on that for obvious reasons, but if you're in that position, I'm not a trained counsellor. It's really important that you do get the appropriate help and support and that you do talk to somebody, because if you don't, that's where the problems tend to escalate. So what you won't know, if you're new to my channel or whether you've watched all my videos, is everything you see around me, all the Ataris, the Spectrums, the Amigas, that's all born out of a depression I had going back a couple of years now, which ultimately resulted in, like I say, everything that you see and more besides, of course, and the creation of this channel. Now, for me, 51 years old, got through life with the motto of pulling up my socks and getting on with things. And that, up until 2 years ago, had always worked for me, because that's what we do, isn't it? That's what's expected. We don't tell people we're having a hard time. We just get on with stuff and power through, which is fine when it works. Unfortunately, when it doesn't, it can be quite catastrophic. And I won't go into the details for me, but I had an incident in my life. And as a result of that, it really knocked me for six. And I didn't even realise it was depression at first. I went through a period of time which is hard to describe. And I'm guessing it's same or similar for other people who suffer with depression. And it manifested itself in some really strange ways, in so much as I had no enthusiasm to do anything. I didn't want to get up. I was off work for a period of time. And that escalated and was a self-reinforcing circle, as it were. The less I did, the worse I felt about myself. To the point where, I had those thoughts where I don't want to be here. But fortunately for me, I had family support, and I got through that. But it was only by talking to my GP, talking to my family, that I was able to do that, because on my own, well, who knows? Maybe I would have got through it, maybe I wouldn't. It's difficult to say, unless you've got a crystal ball. But this channel, I've always loved old computers and all that sort of stuff. I mean, God, I'm a kid of the 70s. First computers, ZX81, the Spectrum that's behind me there. Progressed from there, Atari STs and God knows what else. But that was the thing that I've always loved, and I've always had one or two dotted about, but never used them. And What I did is I had a lot of time on my hands, obviously, when I was actually out of bed. Nothing particular to do because I didn't want to do anything. But I finally ended up digging out some of my old computers. There's a BBC behind me here. I don't know if it's this one. I've got I think 3 more BBCs. But I had one and I dug it out and it was a bit faulty. And from that, I started having a bit of a tinker with it and seeing if I could work out what was wrong with it. And it just really escalated from there. I'd got all the soldering equipment. I was reading up online, doing all that sorts of stuff like that, watching loads of YouTube videos of people fixing stuff, and did a bit of tinkering like that. And it helped focus my mind. It gave me something to do. And ultimately, I battled through it. I had support from my family, like I say, my doctors, not doctors. And my wife said to me, why don't you, people would love to see what you're doing. I'm not so sure. And it was through those experiences that led to this channel being created. And amazingly enough, now I think I've got 948 subscribers. I only check it 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. So I think it's 948 as I speak. It becomes a bit of an obsession. But I'll put my obsessions to one side because I could waffle on about spectrums and stuff all day long. What I'd like you to know is that there is help, and sometimes we all need help, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be that one who just tries to battle through something that's just too big for them. Don't be that person. There's no prizes for it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It's just that you can't always see it. And for me, great positives have come out of a bad experience. I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't been through what I'd been through. And I love making these videos. I really do. Hopefully they get better over time, because that was a big concern to begin with. Because let's face it, they're not great now, but they certainly weren't great when I started out. But it's something I enjoy. I get a lot of support from you guys, and this hopefully is me giving something back. Hopefully, one person will watch this video and get something from it, and as a result of that, get through whatever it is that's affecting you. If that happens, then that makes everything that I do worthwhile. Who knows, you might end up jumping on the internet and making crappy videos like what I do. But whatever works for you, as long as it works, get on and do it. This video really isn't about clicks and views, but if you think this video might help anybody, then please do share it with them. Hopefully it can make a difference to somebody somewhere. Just remember, you are important and you do matter, and there is help out there. Don't be afraid to reach out. But that said, I hope you will join me for some more retro fun in the future. There's plenty more planned. So I wish you well, and I do hope I will see you again soon. Bye for now.